And this is Ken Kreitzer at New York City Fleet Week on board the USS Bataan, which has just arrived in New York City. I have a chance to talk with a sailor who had a very special duty, and that is Natasha Weltner, who is from West Virginia. Natasha, would tell us about your special duty when the ship came into its berth here at the passenger ship terminal.
So as soon as we pulled our first line, we moored, and they called for shift colors. And at that point, we lowered the ensign from the mast, and we put the ensign and the jack up at their respective places at the forward and aft parts of the ship.
Well, that's great, and it's a very special moment. Tell us about the flag. It's something that's been a flag, the jack, that's been flown by the United States Navy since 9/11. Tell us about its significance to the Navy.
The significance is that before 9/11, we flew what was just the Union Jack. After the attacks on 9/11, we started flying the Do Not Tread on Me flag, and that is now just the Jack.
Well, that's great. Now, you've been serving for a number of years in the Navy, coming out of West Virginia. Tell us about your experience in the Navy. Why did you join in the first place?
I joined the Navy to travel the world. Being from a very small town in West Virginia, I didn't get to go out much. So the Navy has afforded me the great opportunity to travel the world, in which I have gotten to do, and I'm very thankful to be in the Navy.
Well, we're thankful that you're out there serving the country for us. What have been some of the ships and places that you've been on? I know you've been overseas on a deployment.
I've been to such places as Portugal, I've been to Dubai, Bahrain, Turkey, Italy, and Spain.
Wow, that's a lot. Now, how is it, you said you've really enjoyed your time on the USS Bataan. You're going to be transferring to another duty assignment soon, but what is it like to serve on a U.S. naval ship for several years?
It's challenging. Every day something new happens, and you just have to keep your head on a swivel to make sure you prevent things that could possibly have a bad outcome in happening.
Absolutely. I think that was what the safety officer used to warn us not to hit our heads on the hatches and the ladders. Now, tell us about your role. Now, I understand you're a corpsman on the ship, which means you're providing health care for the sailors, looking out for them.
So usually our day starts out at 09. That's when we start seeing sick call patients. That's for anybody who needs to be seen by medical for any sort of ailments they might have. And we take care of them every single day. And we also report to any medical emergency that might happen, which they ring out over the 1MC to let us know exactly where it's at.
Well, I'll tell you, my aunt Florence Lee was a U.S. Navy officer and nurse from World War II all the way through the Vietnam era, and she'd be very proud of the work and your service in the United States Navy, and I should want me to tell you that. Just tell us about your next time. I hear you're going to Asia and the Pacific.
Yes, I'm about to transfer to Yokosuka, or as most people call it, Yokosuka, Japan.
Okay, well, that's far from home, and we appreciate you going out to represent us there and serve our country. Now, you said you were in New York on one prior opportunity. Tell us about that trip.
It was a very short-lived trip. I was only here for a couple of hours. Took the train from Earl, New Jersey, came up to Times Square, and got some pizza and some cheesecake, and then left.
What else are you looking forward to seeing on this trip?
I'm looking forward to spending a little bit more time actually getting to maybe talk to the people from New York, and actually getting to see Times Square in all of its full glory instead of just rushing through.
Absolutely. Well, on behalf of all of us at the American Legion, the 4 million members, just want to say thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do, and it's great to see you, and have a great visit here to New York City.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you. This is Ken Kreitzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio on board the USS Bataan at New York City Fleet Week.